Hi Scrappy friends, and a big welcome to my YouTube channel today. Melinda Sweetman here with you, and this is my first share for December for Cut to You. Hopefully you are following us over on the blog. We are doing 12 days of Christmas. This cut file is the, what's it called? I think it's Christmas stamp. Cut file that is available in the store, and you can see I have cut it 3 times. I have cut the outline on some acetate with gold stars. Then I have cut it the correct way on this red pattern paper, which is from my December Daily Goodies for this year, which, by the way, I am working with the 49 and Market I can't remember what the collection is called, but it is the beautiful, gorgeous, stunning 49 and Market Christmas collection from this year, and I've mixed in some Simple Stories goodies as well from last year. The vintage Santa, vintage something. It's beautiful and it works beautifully. The colours, the graphics and everything works beautifully with this collection. So I am working with the red version of this cut file that I have cut out the correct, so the forward facing way on my Cameo. I will tell you right now, if you are cutting 49 and Market cardstock in your Cameo, you will need to play with the settings. This cardstock is super thick, and I am very sad to report that I did lose a couple of sheets of pattern paper because I didn't have my blade settings quite right, and it didn't cut all the way through. I think I ended up cutting like on blade 7 and doing a double cut or something really extreme, which is not something I normally have to do. So you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just using my Scotch tacky glue, thank goodness for this fine liner bottle, and I'm sticking the outline of this stamp cut file right to the edge of my acetate piece here. This, most years for Christmas Day, I have some sort of page divider, some sort of like intro page, some sort of like, hey, today's a special day for Christmas Day. And that is exactly what this page is going to be in my album this year. I have resized this so that it fits. I'm going to punch holes in it, and it is not going into a page protector. I love that it is see-through. I love see-through elements. I love interactive elements in my album. And this is the first year in a number of years that I have done any kind of foundation pages, and I'm really excited. It's got me actually working on last year's December Daily in the hopes that I can get that finished before the 1st of December. So you can see exactly what I'm doing here. It is this same process, like 12 different times, but I thought I would keep it all in just so that you can see exactly what I'm doing. I'm just adding a bit of glue to a little bit of the cut file, sticking that down and moving on to the next piece. Now there is a reason that I kept all these extra pieces. I'm like, right, I'm going to use this so that I can get all of my pieces stuck exactly where they need to be, straight in the right place. So I've popped in the next piece, which is not glued down, it's just placed there. And I figured that for this tiny, skinny little cut, I would just apply my adhesive straight to the acetate. So you can see that's exactly what I'm doing, right up against that other cardstock, making sure that I'm going to put this in the right way, which I do not do to start with. There we go. Fix it up. It's just a matter of putting pieces back together like it's a jigsaw. And then I can go through, sorry for my head, and stick that down. Once I'm happy with the position of that, I'm going to pull that out straight away. I would hate for some glue to seep underneath it and for it to then be stuck. I would be upset. Again, I'm using the 25 December as a placeholder so that I get this in the right place. I'm going to add glue all around the edge of this. And then I'm going to pop that back in. Again, apologies for my head. I didn't want to cut too much of this process out because this is pretty much the whole process. Gwen's done all the hard work creating these beautiful cut files and, whatever you choose to do with them. I have got just a piece of scrap paper there and I'm just burnishing that down to make sure it's stuck. I didn't want to just use my hands because even when I'm not doing messy things, I somehow manage to get stuff on my hands and then transfer it. All right, just tidying up where some glue has leaked through. I'm really, really happy with how that looks. You can see I've put that scrap paper underneath. Now you can see straight through the top there it says My Oasis Pattern 3x4s. I had a bit of a moment and I printed onto the wrong paper, so this has now become scraps, sadly. But, so I flipped this over and I am protecting the other side of it with that scrap. That's the only reason it is there. I'm going to do the exact same process again with the parts on the other side. I don't leave all of this in for you because you have seen me do all this already. I did make sure that I flipped this cut file in Silhouette Studio before I cut it. I did think about cutting it on the wrong side of the pattern paper. If you've ever used the other side of paper when you've cut it, it does, the cut looks a little bit different. Instead of being like indented, it's kind of up. I don't, if you've done it, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I'm probably not making any sense whatsoever. So I did make sure I flipped this before I cut it. And you can see I'm doing the exact same thing again. I did try to use my 6-hole punch to punch holes, but it did not work with the acetate and then the 3 layers of cardstock. It just wouldn't go through. So I did use a page protector and my single hole punch and punched the holes in it. I think there's a photo or two at the end of it in the album, the front, the back. I'm super, super happy with how this turned out. I love it. I did look at it and go, do I need to add something else? I may add a few decorations when I'm working through my December daily, but I really love how this looks. And if I don't add anything else, it looks great. If I do add something else, it's just going to be extra. So make sure you are heading back to the blog every single day. You want to be doing that. Yeah. If you haven't got the advent calendar, I highly, highly recommend that as well. I'm not sure how long Gwen's going to have that available for. But yes, I hope that you've enjoyed my share today. Make sure you head back to that blog tomorrow. As always, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed, and I look forward to sharing with you very soon.